Good morning students. Sai Ram. This session I am going to teach Science B. The name of the chapter is Classification of Plants. This session I am going to continue this chapter. Children, first I will do recap. Afterwards we will move today's topic. Are you ready? Yes, name of the chapter is Classification of Plants. So that all plants will come under which kingdom? Kingdom Plantae. That Plantae kingdom is divided into two groups, that is Cryptogams and Phanerogams. Cryptogams already we studied, isn't it? So Cryptogams, here reproductive organs, here hidden reproductive organs. And these Cryptogams are divided into three division. The name of the division is, see here, Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. These all we had studied already, isn't it? What are the characteristics of these three division and what are the examples of this we had studied? Yes, today's portion, yes, children, phanerogams. Cryptogams, that is over. Next one is phanerogams. What is meant by phanerogams and what are the two division of phanerogams? This session I am going to start. Are you ready? Yes. Phanerogams, plants which have special structures for reproduction and produce seeds are called phanerogams. So children, see here cryptogams, that is hidden reproductive organs, isn't it? That plants have hidden reproductive organs, but these kind of plants here, phanerogams, here plants which have special structure for reproduction and produce seeds. These plants have special structure for reproduction and these reproductive structure produce what? Seeds are called phanerogams. Okay, and the next one is, in these plants, after the process of reproduction, seeds are formed. That already you know. So seed contain embryo and stored food. So these phanerogams plants have. So after the process of reproduction, which one is formed? Yes, seeds are formed. That seeds contain embryo. This inside of the embryo food is stored. Why food is stored? See here. During germination of the seed, the stored food is used for the initial growth of the embryo. So already students, you know very well. Yes, after the germination what will happen? Plantlet will come from the seed, isn't it? So during germination of the seed, that time seed want energy. So that seeds are getting energy from the embryo. That means inside of the embryo food is of the seed of the embryo. Okay. Next one is, depending upon whether. So here seeds are there in this phanerogams plants. So in some plants seeds are naked. Some plants seeds are inside of the fruits. So based on that characteristic, these phanerogams are divided into two division that we will see. So depending upon whether seeds are included or not, phanerogams are classified into gymnosperms and angiosperms. Okay, here two division. First one is what? Gymnosperms and angiosperms. Based on which characteristic? Yes, enclosed fruit seeds are enclosed into fruit or not. Okay, so first division is what? Yes, gymnosperms. So first I will teach here what is the characteristics of gymnosperms and what are the examples of that. Are you ready? Gymnosperms. Gymnosperms are mostly evergreen, perennial and woody. So see here children, gymnosperms, gymnos. Here gymnosperms, it is made up of two words. First one is gymnos. Gymnos means what? Naked. Sperms means seed. So these plants have naked seeds. These plants have naked seeds. So here first point you have to see here children, gymnosperms are mostly evergreen, perennial and woody. Evergreen means yes, all time it looks like green. And perennial means for living many years, so many years it will live. Next one is woody. The stem it look like wood-like structure. Okay, and next one is their stems are without branches. There is no branch. Just you have to see here mango tree. Is there branches? Yes, branches are there in mango tree. But these gymnosperms plants, there is no stems are without branches. Next one is the leaves form a crown-like structure. See here, this slide I have given here two diagram here. First one is children see here. Yes, this one is what? This one is cycas. See here, leaves are formed crown-like structure. And here there is no. Is there any branch here? Is there any branch? No. And it look like green color. Green. There is no branch. At the same time, it is woody stem. Here you have to observe this stem. Yes, woody. Okay, and here it is a cone like structure. See here this is a cone like structure. Yes, these plants bear male and female flowers on different sporophylls of the same plant. Okay, seeds of these plants do not have natural coverings. So these plants there is no covering of seeds. Seeds of these plants do not have natural coverings. That means these plants do not form fruits. These seeds are naked, okay, and are therefore it is called what? Gymnosperms. Already I have told gymnos means what? Naked. Sperms means seed. Seeds are naked. Why it is naked? There is no covering around the seeds. That's why it has naked seeds. Shall I go to next? Examples of gymnosperms. Yes, cycas. Next one is first one is cycas. Next one is Picea, Thuja, Pinus. See here, once again I'll read. Cycas, Picea, Thuja, Pinus. Okay. Next division is what? Angiosperms. What is the second one? Yes, angiosperms. Here angios means cover. Angios means what? Cover. Sperms means seeds. So what are the characteristics of angiosperms? First one is the flowers are their reproductive organs. Here also reproductive organs are there, but what is the name of the reproductive organs? Flowers. The flowers are their reproductive organs. Flowers develop into fruits. That already you know, isn't it? Flowers develop into fruits and seeds are formed within fruits. Seeds are just you have to example that mango. Mango first flowers are formed. Afterwards, from the flower, which one will form? Yes, fruits. Inside the fruit, what is there? Yes, seeds are present. So, flowers develop into fruits and seeds are formed within fruits. These seeds are covered, isn't it? Why? Yes, these seeds are present inside of the fruits. So, these seeds are covered, hence they are called angiosperms. Understood now? So here angiosperms means what? The seeds are covered where it is present inside of the fruit. Inside of the fruit. Children, see here. You have to here one activity. You have to do soak the seeds of corn, beans, groundnut, tamarind, mango, beet. These all seeds if you are having available in your home, you have to soak this one for 8 to 10 hours. Okay, so after they are soaked, check each seeds. You have to take the seeds and you have to check to see whether divided into two equal halves or not. You have to check. So just you have to tell corn. Can we divide? No, corn we can't divide into two equal part. And beans, yes, we can divide into two equal part. And groundnut, yes, corn we can't divide. And beans, yes, we can divide. Groundnut, yes, we can divide. Tamarind, how to observe that we can divide into two half. And mango also we can divide into two half. And wheat, we can't divide. Okay, so what is the conclusion of this? See here children, the plants whose seeds can be divided into two equal halves are called what? Dicotyledonous plants. Already I have told, based on the number of cotyledons, that angiosperms are divided into two group, that is dicotyledonous and another one is monocotyledonous plants. So dicotyledonous means, di means what? Two. Two cotyledons are present in the seeds. So the plants whose seeds can be divided into two equal halves are called what? Dicotyledonous plants, and whose seeds cannot be divided into two equal parts. Okay. Two equal parts are called what? Monocotyledonous plants. So based on the number of cotyledon in the seed, that yes, angiosperms are divided into two group, that is dicotyledonous plant and another one is monocotyledonous plants. Dicotyledons, how many cotyledon? Yes, two cotyledons are there. And monocot, yes, mono means single cotyledon is there. Okay, for example here corn and wheat. Yes, here the differentiate between dicotyledonous plant and monocotyledonous plants. Are you ready? Yes, dicotyledonous plants and monocotyledonous plants. First one is seed. Yes, first characteristic is what? Seed. Dicotyledonous plants. Di means two. So in the inside of the seed, how many cotyledons are there? Yes, two cotyledons are there. Okay, and monocotyledons, yes, single cotyledons. Monocotyledons means how many cotyledons are there in the seeds? Single cotyledon. That is the first main difference of dicotyledonous plants and monocotyledonous plant. Next one is root. Next one is what? Root. Root is well developed and primary root. That is called taproot. That is what? Taproot. See here, well developed primary root is here, where dicotyledonous plants. And in monocotyledonous plants, which root is there? Which kind of root? Yes, fibrous root. Which root? Fibrous root. See here, next slide, I will show you that diagram. See here, this is taproot. That means this taproot is present where? In, yes, dicotyledonous plant. And this, see here, thread like fiber like root, that is called what? Yes, fibrous root, and it is present in monocotyledonous plant. See here, this is primary root. From this primary root, here secondary roots are forming. So these secondary roots are spreading into the soil. Okay, so here these children, see here, these roots are present in, yes, dicotyledonous plant, that means taproot, and these fibrous roots are present in where? Yes, monocotyledonous plants. Yes, stem. Next one is stem. The dicotyledonous plants have strong and hard. That stem, it is strong and hard stem. Example here, banyan tree. Example what? Banyan tree. Next one is here monocotyledonous. Yes, some plants have hollow stem. That is example is what? Bamboo. And some plants have, that is false stem. Here example is what? Banana. And here disc like stem also it is there in some plants of monocotyledonous plant. Example is what? Onion. Example is what here? Onion. Okay, next one is leaf. Next one is what? Leaf. Leaf here, dicotyledonous plant, reticulate venation. And here the arrangement of vein. Okay, that is called venation. So here dicotyledonous plant, reticulate venation, and monocotyledons, that is parallel venation. I will show you that diagram, is easily it will come to know. See here children, yes, this is reticulate venation. So here this leaf is divided into two equal parts with a mid vein. See here, see here children, Yes, children, this is yes midvein, and from this midvein that small secondary veins are arising and it will reach to the leaf margin. Okay, so here it look like the network like structure. Yes, it look like network like structure. So that's why this arrangement of vein, that is called reticulate venation, and it is present in dicotyledonous plants. Okay, and the next one is monocotyledons. See here, monocotyledons, these all veins. Here monocotyledons, yes, that veins, it will start from leaf base to leaf apex. It is parallel to each other. It is parallel to each other. That's why, children, here dicotyledons, that reticulate venation, and monocotyledons, parallel venation. Okay, and the next one is, yes, flower. Dicotyledons plants, that how the flower look like. The flowers with 4 or 5 parts are in their multiples. That means tetramerous or pentamerous. Tetra means 4, penta means 5. Yes, tetra means 4 and penta means 5. These flowers having that floral parts. That floral parts, that means 4 or 5 parts are in their multiples. That is called what? Tetramerous or pentamerous. This dicotyledons plants having flowers, that floral parts, that means petals, sepals, the number it may be 4 or 5 are in their multiples. Okay, and monocot plants. Monocotyledonous plants, flowers with 3 parts are in multiples. Of that means trimerous. Tri means what? 3. The floral parts, that means petals, sepals, stamens, they are in sets of 3, are in their multiples. It may be 3 or 6 like that. Here the number of petals and sepals, it is here. Okay, that's why it is called what? Monocotyledonous plants. The flowers with 3 parts are in multiple. That means trimerous. But in dicotyledons, yes, tetramerous or pentamerous. Yes, children, this lesson, I have completed this lesson. Yes, what we had studied? Yes, kingdom Plantae, 2 group, that is, yes, cryptogams, phanerogams. Cryptogams, it contains 3 division. Phanerogams, it contains what? Yes, 2 division. That 2 division today we saw. Isn't it? I hope you understood. Yes. Yes, children, one project is there for this lesson. So what you have to do, I will tell. Take one full-scape paper. Okay, take A4 size paper. If you are not getting that, you have to take one full-scape paper from your last year notebook. So what you have to do, write the characteristics of the 3 division of cryptogams. That means Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. And draw one diagram from each division. First, what you have to do, what is meant by cryptogams, you have to write on that paper, and afterwards you have to write the characteristics of Thallophyta first. Okay, after the characteristics of Thallophyta, I have to draw any one diagram. See here in your book, yes, these 3 diagrams are there on page number 76. But you have to do any one. Okay, any from these 3 how to do, you have to draw any one diagram. And next one, you have to, yes, you have to write the characteristics of Bryophyta. After the characteristics, you have to write, you have to draw this Bryophyta diagram, any one. Okay, not these 3, any one you have to draw. So after the Bryophyta, I have to write what? Characteristics of, yes, Pteridophyta. After the characteristics, you have to what? You have to draw any one diagram of this two. So children understood now what you have to do? Yes, write the characteristics of the 3 division of cryptogams. So what is meant by cryptogams you have to write, and afterwards that 3 division. First one is Thallophyta, I have to write the characteristics. Afterwards you have to draw any one diagram. Next one, yes, characteristics of Bryophyta you have to write. Below that you have to draw any one diagram. So afterwards, after that you have to, yes, write characteristics of Pteridophyta. Below that you have to draw any one any one diagram of Deriktophyta. Okay, children, it carries marks. Okay, you have to show that work, it should be very neat, and at the same time, so it has to be submitted after school reopen. So where you have to do? Yes, A4 size paper, otherwise full scale paper, that one you have to take from your last year's notebook. I hope you understood. Yes, children, this is your project work without fail. I want after the school reopen. So you have to do. Okay, understood now? Yes. Thank you, children. Sai Ram.